The man convicted of murdering a pregnant Amish woman in Sparta Township last year will officially spend the rest of his life locked up behind bars. Shawn Cranston appearing in Crawford County Court this morning for sentencing in the brutal murder of 23-year-old Rebecca Byler and her unborn child. This story is new at noon. Jennifer Mobilia has been following this case since day one of this murder. And Jen, you were in the court for the trial, back there again today for sentencing. What happened in court today?
Yeah, Matt, today the judge sentenced Shawn Cranston to 2 life sentences, one for Rebecca's murder, the other for her unborn child. 6 members of the Amish community were in court today, but they did not address the court with impact statements, as we usually see during murder trials. That's not untypical, though, considering the Amish are typically very private people. However, Rebecca's mom and dad both wrote impact statements and gave to the judge prior to sentencing. Shawn Cranston looking starkly different than he did during the trial. He was escorted into the courtroom today wearing a blue prison jumpsuit, white sneakers with heavy shackles around his arms, waist, and feet. He was unshaven and had a GPS monitor on his arm. Cranston chose not to address the judge, but Judge Schultz addressed him, and he did not hold back, saying this was one of the worst crimes imaginable, telling Cranston he chose to murder a pregnant woman in her home in front of her 2 children. Judge Schultz saying all you had to do was leave, but what you did was awful. When you decided to kill Rebecca and her child, you deserve every second of the sentence I will now impose on you. That punishment being 2 life sentences plus 66 to 20 years for burglary and 10 months to 7 years for criminal trespassing. During the 18-minute sentencing, Cranston sat emotionless, never looked at Rebecca's family, and only speaking to the judge to tell him he understood Tay's proceedings and his rights. So 2 life sentences, but this might not be the last we see of Shawn Cranston. His attorney said he was asked to withdraw as counsel, Cranston citing ineffective counsel, and that he would get a public defender, leading one to believe he's going to appeal. Matt?
Yeah, Jen, certainly we might not be the end of this situation. Thank you so much for your time. We'll have much more on this later tonight.